Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. So we are here for Married at First Sight. This is season 14, episode 2. Let me get the episode title. Sorry, season 14, episode 2, Nice Day for a Wicked Wedding. So if you are brand new to my channel, what we do over here on Tammy Talks is each week every couple has their own dedicated video about the episode. So that way, if you're only interested in one or two of the couples, you only have to check out those particular videos. So if you are brand new to my channel, or if you are just coming back from last season and you have not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm almost at 2,000, y'all. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get me to 2,000 subscribers. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy it. Hop into the comment section because it always goes down in the comment section of these videos. So we gonna get straight to it, y'all, and let's start with Olajuwon and Katina, okay? So it starts off with Katina and Olajuwon looking for their tux and their dress, and I'm like, why wasn't this in? This is what gets me about Married at First Sight. So all the dresses and tux shopping should be done in the matchmaking special when they tell their family. The first, the episode should start. Last week's episode should have been the bachelor party, the bachelorette parties, and we should have got 2 weddings last week. Tonight should have been the last 3 weddings, so next week we can get through the last little piece of the reception, and we can start with the honeymoon, because that's when everything goes down. But here we are. So Katina's out looking for her dress. She mentions that she's ready to get married because she's tired of being the only single friend. And that seems to be a theme with a lot of the women this season. And it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, being the only single friend is not good enough reason to want to get married. But I'm going to roll with you, Katina. I'm going to roll with you. So Olajuwon, meanwhile, said that he has the jitters, but he's confident. And he's willing to answer any questions she might have about his past. He wants to go into this truth row with her. He doesn't want to lie about anything, probably because he doesn't want any skeletons to fall out of that closet that might cause her to doubt him or mistrust him. So he said he's ready to leave Isaac behind, which, as we remember, Isaac is his middle name, his alias, his fuckboy alias that he used to use when he was in college to talk to a bunch of girls and not get kind of caught up. So his family, like, he's trying on Texas, and his family is like, his expectations are too high. His expectations are way too high. Katina settles in a dress. She looks beautiful. The dress was pretty. Great. Let's fast forward to the wedding day. So Katina is getting ready. And she said that she's tired of dating, and she is willing to put her trust into 3 strangers to hook her up with another one. And I said, oh, Katina. Oh, Katina, let me hide my tag. I said, oh, Katina. Lord have mercy. But all right, you know what? I'm trying not to judge these people. I'm really trying not to judge these people for doing this. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Her friends, however, seem like they are there to try to talk her out of it. So one of her friends was like, yep, I just want you to understand the risks that you are taking and trying to, date this or, by trying to get married to a stranger. Like, let's just really put this into perspective. Let's understand what's going on, all of that type of stuff. So she acknowledges what her friends are saying, and she's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and toast to your doubts and to my hope and my faith. Let's do this. So Katina's ready to do it. Olajuwon is meeting up with his brothers, and his friends are there. He said that he's jittery. He's so cold that he's sweating. That is a nervous, stressful sweat. I have been there before, where you're so cold that you are literally sweating, and it is the weirdest thing. It's an uncomfortable feeling. He wants her to know that he's genuine. He genuinely wants to do this. He genuinely wants to be here. He's genuinely ready for marriage. And I'm like, Olajuwon, you need more people, because I don't believe you. I don't. So then He's walking out with his best friend or groomsman, and all of a sudden he starts sobbing, y'all. A full blown Lord have mercy, Precious Lord is playing at the funeral sob. Under normal circumstances, that would be romantic, endearing, all of that type of stuff. But on Married at First Sight, let's talk about the men that have cried like this before their wedding. Chris, season 11. Or season 12, excuse me. Season 12, Chris. Season 13, Zach. And now we have season 14, Olajuwon. Let's look at the trend. Okay? Chris was bad. Zach was worse. Olajuwon is going to be worser. So he gets himself, his best friend pulls him to the side, and it was like, he's just nervous. It's okay. While his brother is laughing, and it's like, that's called, this shit just hit him. And I said, oh Lord, come on, brother. But his brother clearly does not seem happy in his own marriage. So we got to let whatever the brother is going through kind of pass, because let's get him out of sight, out of mind. Okay? So Olajuwon gets himself together. They arrive at the venue, and he is like hugging the producers. And I said, I can't. It's too much. The stunts, the shows, what are we doing? Olajuwon? So she starts to walk down the aisle. He immediately likes what he sees. He is like enamored with her, right? So she gets up to the altar. He acts like, he keeps telling her, oh my God, you are gorgeous. You're beautiful. You're attractive. Like, he likes her. He's happy. Meanwhile, she's not saying the same thing. She's not saying anything, really. She's just kind of looking at him. So he then is like, do you like what you see? And I said, oh, really? And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. And I'm like, girl, it's not like, yes, you're probably nervous, but you don't like him, because nervous or not, if you like him, you would have had a wow or a smile. Like, she looked kind of like, ee, when he was talking to her. Maybe it's the fact that he's a grown-ass man with a mohawk. Whatever. So, you know how they do the whole thing with families. And the family is saying what you should know about this person. His family said that he loves a home-cooked meal, and he hopes that she knows her way around the kitchen. The way that her whole face dropped, and she was like, kind of like the, oh shit. And then everybody that was there laughed. She can't cook. So then he took a tune, his tune sure took a change, where it went from, she's not a wife if she can't cook, to now it's like, we can learn together. Oh, because she's pretty. Now we can learn together. If you were not attracted to her, it would have been a different way. But I'm like, okay, they're going to learn together. His family says that he is a ball of energy, so I hope you're ready. But he's a family man and all this type of stuff. So it's like, okay, fine. Her family calls her a social butterfly that has a heart of gold. She's close to her family, loyal to her friends. All the like real typical things that they say. So he's not even listening when when the pastor was reading the stuff that her family has said about her. He's not paying attention at all. He is like, because once the pastor gets done, he's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, you were just so beautiful. He's not even it's lust in his eyes. It is lust, and I am so nervous for Katina. I promise you I am. Super nervous. On top of the fact that she can't pronounce his name. Olajuwon. She can't pronounce his name. So we're going to have to get a nickname or something. Speaking of nicknames, his nickname is Tootie. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but no one's calling you that. No one outside of your family should be calling you Tootie. And when they said Tootie, Katina didn't look like, okay, that's what I'm going to do too. She has had like the emoji that is just like the, that's how she looked the entire time. So they exchange rings, right? He puts the ring on her finger, and then he like gets on one knee and was like, will you marry me? She was like, I already did. Now, on one hand, Katina girl, you knew what he was doing. You could have played along with it. But it's kind of like Olajuwon, Isaac, Ola, Tootie, whoever you're being right now. This is not going to work. It's not going to work. So he asked her if he can kiss her before, like, the pastor even says, "You may now kiss your bride." And she was kind of like, "One moment." So then, once it's time, he asks if he can kiss her. She agrees, and all is well for now. So they're talking after the wedding, and they get over there, and they're just kind of talking, and it's awkward. They're just staring at each other. They're not saying anything. Again, he's enamored with her. He's full of lust. He probably can't wait till the honeymoon for Isaac to pop back out. I bet you all that talk about not wanting to sleep together on the first night is probably out the door. Meanwhile, Katina is kind of looking at him like, what the F did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? So he asks if he can kiss her again, randomly. Just, "Can I kiss you again?" And she kind of pauses, and you can to me, at least, it looked like she wanted to say no, but she's like, yeah. So she lets him kiss her again. And I thought this kiss was a little awkward. Not a lot, but I thought it was a little awkward. So she's like in her confessional, her interviews, and she's trying to pronounce his name, and she cannot. And I'm like, girl, you're going to have to get it together. Like, you can't disrespect nobody and not know how to pronounce their name. So I need her to go and practice that in her head. So she thinks that he's sincere. She said that he looked like he was holding back tears, during the ceremony, and just what his family and friends have said about him, the way he's acting right now, she thinks he's sincere. So they pop the champagne. He pours the glass, and I'll be goddamn if he took that champagne and took it like a shot. And she was even kind of looking like, wow. So they didn't toast. They didn't have a moment. They didn't clink glasses, nothing, because he done knocked back his champagne like he just took a damn Jaeger bomb. So he tells her, "My bad, I'm sorry." And he goes on to start. They do a montage of him just talking. And he's saying how he's like talking nonstop. It's giving Lindsay, to be real. So he's talking about how his life is together, how he's genuine, how she can trust him, how he's always going to be there to protect her, how she can ask him anything, how if she has a question about anything to ask him, how if she, wants to know anything to ask him. And it's like, Lord, and she is like drinking and looking all around, playing with her bouquet. She probably is looking at her time. Like, it was a lot. And she says that his personality is overwhelming. It's overwhelming, and she hopes she can handle him. Overwhelming and hoping she can handle him. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot. Let me know how you guys felt about Olajuwon and Katina. Pray for her. Let's just pray for her. If you have not already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.